Step back in time to ancient Egypt, a civilization flourishing along the fertile banks of the Nile River. A time when pharaohs ruled, pyramids towered, and gods were revered. Let's transport ourselves to the era of the New Kingdom, around 1479 BC, a period marked by remarkable wealth, formidable power, and architectural marvels. It was a time when Egypt was a beacon of civilization, its influence expanding beyond its borders, its culture and artistry unparalleled. Pharaohs, considered as demigods, were the ultimate authority. Their words were law, their presence divine. They were the custodians of their people's faith, the bridge between the heavens and the earth. They were the architects of Egypt's grandeur, its pyramids and its temples. In this hierarchical society, women held significant roles too. They were priestesses, royal consorts, and regents, but they rarely held power. The throne was a man's domain, a symbol of his strength and authority. Women were revered, respected, but they were not rulers. But as the sun rose each day over the Nile, casting its golden glow on the land of the pharaohs, change was stirring. The norms that had been established over centuries were about to be challenged, defied even. In this world of gods and men, one woman would defy the norms and ascend to the throne. Her name was Hatshepsut. Born into royalty, Hatshepsut was the daughter of Pharaoh Thutmose I and his primary wife, Queen Ahmose. This lineage placed her in the very heart of power from her earliest days. Royal blood flowed through her veins, and she was raised within the opulent walls of the royal court, where she was educated in the ways of governance, diplomacy, and religion. Her early life was not without its share of tragedy, though. Hatshepsut had two brothers, both of whom were heirs to the throne. However, fate had other plans, and they both died at a young age. This unexpected turn of events thrust Hatshepsut into a position of greater power and responsibility than she might have anticipated. The royal lineage had to be preserved, and so Hatshepsut was married to her half-brother, Thutmose II. This union secured her position as the Queen of Egypt. Yet her role was not merely ceremonial. She played an active part in the governance of the kingdom alongside her husband. In these early years, Hatshepsut showed the potential for great leadership. She was intelligent, charismatic, and deeply committed to her people. The seeds of her future greatness were already being sown. Her life was destined to be extraordinary, but no one could have predicted the heights she would reach. Upon the death of Pharaoh Thutmose II, the throne passed to his infant son, Thutmose III, with Hatshepsut as regent. This was a pivotal moment in the annals of Egyptian history. Hatshepsut, a woman of remarkable character and ambition, found herself at the helm of an ancient civilization. At first, she ruled in the name of young Thutmose III, adhering to the traditional role of a regent. But as the sands of time trickled through the hourglass, Hatshepsut began to envision a different path, a path that would change the course of Egypt forever. In an unprecedented move, Hatshepsut declared herself as pharaoh, shattering the glass ceiling of a male-dominated hierarchy. The reasons behind this audacious move were manifold. On one hand, Hatshepsut may have desired to protect the interests of Thutmose III until he came of age. On the other, she may have been driven by her own ambition to lead, recognizing her capability to rule with wisdom and strength. The coronation of Hatshepsut was a spectacle that echoed through the corridors of time. She embraced the full regalia of a pharaoh, including the traditional false beard, a symbol of pharaonic power. Her reign was legitimized through a series of divine revelations, where the gods themselves were said to have chosen Hatshepsut as their earthly representative. The public reaction to Hatshepsut's ascension was a tapestry of awe, reverence, and whispers of dissent. While some admired her courage and competence, others found it hard to reconcile with the tradition. Yet the majority accepted Hatshepsut as their leader, swayed perhaps by the divine endorsement and her evident capability to rule. Hatshepsut's ascension to power was not just a personal triumph, but a monumental stride for women in positions of power. She proved that women could rule with as much wisdom and strength as men, if not more. And so it was, with the god's supposed blessing, Hatshepsut, the woman, became Hatshepsut the pharaoh. Hatshepsut's reign marked a period of prosperity and immense architectural achievements. She ruled ancient Egypt for nearly 2 decades, and her reign saw the nation's coffers swell with wealth, from successful military campaigns and trade expeditions. One of her most notable military conquests was the expedition to the land of Punt, a region rich in resources such as gold, ebony, and myrrh. This successful campaign not only brought immense wealth to Egypt, but also established Hatshepsut as a formidable ruler. On the trade front, Hatshepsut implemented policies that fostered economic growth. She established trade networks with various regions, including the Aegean and the Levant, thereby ensuring a steady influx of goods into Egypt. The prosperity of her reign was also reflected in her construction projects. Hatshepsut commissioned hundreds of building projects throughout Egypt, but her most significant architectural feat was undoubtedly her mortuary temple at Deir el-Bahri. This grand monument, built into the cliffs of the Theban hills, stands as a testament to her ambition and architectural vision. It's a dazzling display of symmetry and grandeur that still captures the imagination of many today. Hatshepsut also employed unique strategies to consolidate her power. She adopted male pharaonic symbols and even dressed like a male pharaoh. These tactics were not mere whims. They were strategic moves to assert her authority and legitimacy in a society where men held the reins of power. Despite her significant achievements, Hatshepsut's legacy was not without controversy. After her death, there were attempts to erase her from history. Her images were defaced, and her name was removed from public records. But, like the timeless monuments she built, Hatshepsut's legacy proved resilient. Today, she is recognized as one of ancient Egypt's most remarkable and influential pharaohs. Her reign was a golden age of prosperity, architectural splendor, and diplomatic success. Despite attempts to erase her from history, Hatshepsut remains one of ancient Egypt's most remarkable and influential pharaohs. Her story is a testament to the indomitable spirit of a woman who dared to rule in a man's world and left an indelible mark on the sands of time.